to our webinar today, Total Materia, connecting engineers to material information. And do you know, Total Materia is the world's largest and most comprehensive source of material information solutions as we are celebrating our 25th year online. We are more committed than ever to provide top-notch support for your research activities. If you're interested, I can help facilitate the free test account for your company and engineering departments, allowing them to access even more resources. And if you're our users, you can always ask for technical support. And if you ever find yourself in need of additional materials or data, do not hesitate to request free technical support and user training. Welcome to where material information meets design, innovation, and sustainability. Hope you can hear me very, very well, and hope you will have some questions today. Today's news is the material as the heart of any product. Only the most accurate makes it the best. Total Materia will help you find the right material. And if you click totalmateria.com flash news, we have new internet site is online, new web page finally arrived, and you'll be able to see some new functions and new design, at least so many information about new tools that we have. As you know, Total Materia is updating and upgrading every month, so that we had a lot of tools, a lot of new functions, a lot of new things to make your life easier. And now you can get more information in our webpage, new webpage, totalmateria.com. Please visit our webpage and contact us in case anything you need to know more about Total Materia. I will introduce Total Materia AG, our competence, areas of competence, and our solution at a glance, and how we're connecting to simulation support softwares and what's coming up. Of course, with the updates, we always have something new. Recently, we had common webinars with Mr. Erdi Dogu and Mustafa Harman as a material engineer, and respective Terry Dishpinar, global R&D manager in non-ferrous metal treatment from Foseco. They describe us briefly how they're using Total Materia, how it's important, how material informations are critical for any design, any production, and any product. Well, core of our deep, and we have people, a lot of experienced engineers here, and we are using high tech, and data is the core, and you'll be able to reach a lot of materials information in once, and that's what we call all-in-one solution, Total Materia. As I mentioned earlier, this is our 25th year online. Our headquarters in Zurich, Switzerland, and we are in development office Belgrade, Serbia. We're reaching from here over 100 countries. We have subject expert, sports specialist, and IT team here, and constantly updating and upgrading Total Materia content. And as you can see, we have industry leaders, users from all around the world. What I can describe Daimler to IKEA is using anything you're producing. You need material information, material data, and our team is here to help you, as myself, and we're providing reliable digitalized data, AI, for material properties that you can simulate some of these tests instead of spending a lot of time and money. Platform connectivity, we're providing material internal materials information, And then enterprise integration. If you would like to build your own material database, as so many aerospace companies and so many industry leader companies, you can try and test Total Materia Integrator as well. And of course, if material is an issue, there is another problem. If it's compliant, if it's sustainability, if your carbon footprint is low enough. So you can find all this information inside Total Materia. You know, so many of you just tried and test our solutions, and then of course maybe you didn't see some of our solutions other than Horizon. Normally you can create a free trial and know more about Total Materia. And we have integrators where you can create your own internal database, and then predictor where you can simulate this material tests and know more about materials. And green line is all about the green material selection. We have a question that I would like to tell you that I will answer your questions real quick. And let's start with Horizon. What Horizon is providing actually rich data at the heart of the solution. Tools and find the compare options and clearly easy methods to understand, decide, and share materials decisions. Regular updates of data ensuring it remains relevant and accurate. Global alternatives, reference data, advanced properties, create and share reports, and material identification and material selection tools. Over 83 standards organization and over 39,000 standards in North America to Asia and Australia. You can find each one of those standards. Standards provided information about the materials, but still so many things are missing because actually standards are providing you some limited amount of materials, limited amount of information. So many times our users are asking, where's the mechanical properties of this material? Well, if standards are not providing this data, we won't be able to provide you some estimations or misinformation, right? So we are combining all this material information with thousands of producers' data sheets so that you will be able to know what is the cross references of this material, what are the real actual producers material are equivalent to some standard materials, and where to buy and where to purchase this material globally so that you will be able to achieve a global quality standards with Total Material like so many of our users. And connecting to design and simulation is very important because, you know, production cycle, it starts with a design, and the first step usually simulations. And if you have accurate simulation estimations with accurate material data, then you don't need to keep upgrading this production cycle, and each one of those steps will be more precise and makes your life easier and faster. As you know, we're serving in different industries, in different companies from all around the world, also providing different materials and materials information tools for different engineering departments. Let's start with material specialists maybe, and they need to know if it's okay, if you can find a supplier for that material and what is the price. It's very important, and where you can get this amount of material with from what supplier. And also it started immediately with simulation specialists or design engineers, and here you can export all these material cards directly over 28 different simulation format, continuously upgrading, and the quality. Okay, you choose, you make a decision about material. Is it the right quality material that you purchased for the production. Sales department is very important also to present your product. They know the advantages, they know the durability, details about the materials and product steward. If it's uh, okay, if you can actually produce this material, how long does it take and how much it's going to cost you. So purchasing department again, for them to compare the prices and find a lot of alternative suppliers. So in this chain, all those engineering departments can use Total Materia at the same time. This is our platform. You can see that we have a lot of different modules here. You have quick search options to type numerical or alphanumerical designation of the material, or advanced search to type mechanical physical properties of the material that you want to use. Then Total Materia will give you an answer what material you can use according to this desired uh, mechanical or physical properties. Here is an example. 304 is a standard designation. We choose a one standard. You can see a lot of mechanical properties, physical properties, all right hand side column as belongs to this material card here. And you can see a lot of information, including stress strain curves and welding joint options as anchors, stress life parameters for this material, and see the elevated temperature and temperature dependent behaviors of the material, iso-corrosion tests, and so many mechanical options, mechanical properties for different heat treated, different form, different dimensions of the material, so that you can filter also the standards, what material and what standards, what form of the material that you're looking for. You don't need to be an engineer to understand that different forms of the material will give you different mechanical or physical property, so that this precision is very important in Total Materia, that you can find only and only reliable data, because we do provide all these references right below the information that you can find tensile strength, yield strength, graphs. You can compare the graphs with one click. You can export this data card, material card, you may say, to desired tool. ANSYS, CATIA, Abacus, or any other simulation software that you're using, including Excel format, that if you would like to create a material card inside your simulation sport softwares. One of the most used cases of the material is cross references. Cross references is very important for Total Materia, and so many of our users are using Total Materia only for cross-referencing table, that you have a desired material and you want to use or you want to find the local equivalents, cross-references material. Here's an IC standards 304 from United States, but you are not a producer in United States. You want to know identical or official equivalents, cross references of this material. You can see easily. We'll type the standards here. Let's say if we type the GB, then you will find the GB or Chinese equivalents. And with the one click, you can compare these two materials smart side by side. You have some other options here. We type GP standard with one click. American GB echo. Now we have 10 different options. The same material, different designation. You have a design, you have an idea, you know what material to use to group, just leave it empty, and then you need a kill strength value. 500. You want some innovation, you want some desired mechanical, physical property, could be weighted material, and you filter in the standards and so on, information like modes of elasticity values, so many information that you have 19 candidates out of 500,000 material. These are very, very important tools that you can filter mechanical, physical properties, tensile strength, yield strength values to see real quick to compare these materials. You can compare them side by side as well to understand more details about these materials. Which one of those are more suitable for you? As I mentioned earlier, Total Materia will help you to find the most accurate material that you need to use. Tensile strength, yield strength, you can add an X, Y, and Y axis, different materials. You can check in compliance officer in different regulations which one of these materials are greener actually, which one of these materials are more accurate. And other than everything, SmartCom is a completely different tool that you're just typing the chemical composition of this material and it will tell you what material is this since 2007. This is Horizon, and let's move to integrator. If you would like to create your own internal database, we are providing system integration, legacy of materials. You don't need to repeat so many tests. You can create and build easily your own internal database. You can use it installation in your server, or you can use it online on cloud. Very important for defense industry companies actually. They are prefer to use offline versions. And my material card here. This is your internal material. No else but you can see on. You can add mechanical, physical property tests and documents if you have any special process information. Here, engineers will be able to find, and some of these properties are locked, as you can see, so that you can actually filter user management, highly secure, what engineer material and what unlocked was not related with that engineering department. So that you don't need to repeat some tests, you don't need to repeat so many processes, you don't need to rediscover so much, but only moving forward with Total Materia Integrator. If you're curious about the other standards of the same material or similar material, would like to area to Total Materia or all, it also can be filterable what engineer to see and what engineer to who to access Total Materia at the same time or not. You can see here in Connell is very rich and you can build a new material inside the creator or copy material from Total Materia. You can add material groups, properties, parameters, suppliers, references, anything you want. It's fully customizable, your own internal material management solution, Total Materia Integrator. If you're interested to see and if you're interested to test, please do not hesitate to contact us. And here's another example how bulk export options work. When you create your own internal database, you can rich material information with test results and so many information more, and simulation software that you're using will have direct access to your internal database, and you can choose your internal materials, test results, and real material properties from your internal database with one click. You're choosing what properties to export, and here we go. Your simulation, your design, your own material information, real data, actually 100%. So that you have Horizon, you have 500,000 material, 25 million of recordings, and so many properties of the material. But if standards are not providing enough information for this material, or if data sheets are not providing some material properties, but still you need, what is your option? To purchase the material or send for test? It will take at least a week or a lot of money. But we have tool now. Predictor is giving you this information immediately. Fill the gap. Predictor, you will be able to temperature dependent predictions, mechanical property predictions, physical property predictions, and quick, easy calculations. Tailored chemical composition. You're typing the chemical composition, and then you'll have the estimations and accurate predictions that I would like to share with you. Then another updated file here that we have just arrived, Predictor 2.1, that we have more options in Predictor. Of course, it's updated as Total Materia itself and content. You have fatigue strength, engineering tensile stress strain curves that you can predict, polymers, additional producers, material that you can add, and then extended range models like fatigue and stress strain curves that you can predict anymore, and application, how it works. You can either type a designation of the material, or find one target material and fill the gap, or you can just simply, if you're a casting company or if you're some kind of polymer producers or aluminum or any other material, simply you're choosing the base element and type the chemical composition of the rest, and you can make the estimations and then go back and make another chemical composition. Like you can increase carbon content, you can decrease magnesium, you can increase some other chemical composition, and to see how it affects the stress strain curves, how it affects the mechanical properties, how it makes the change in physical properties. And then with this forward and backward options, I think it will take months to make all these materials research normally in laboratory, and instead of predictor, you will have right direction at the end, not to make a lot of different researches and a lot of different combinations. Then you are filtering all these combinations to find the right direction where you want to go, what you want to achieve. Actually, you can type a designation of the material, you can choose the material from the list and press the next step, or you can type the composition of the material, select the base element, and then fill the other chemical compositions and press the next step. Or in polymers, the same, either you're choosing the material or choosing some other options to move the next step as a step 2. Then you're choosing the models that you're predicting. It depends on the what property you want to achieve press search what property you want to check about this material, and then system will suggest you the best option to make the accurate predictions. Or you can filter. As you can see, I want to see the tensile strain at yield, and then output type. You have two suggestions. One of them is is offer calculations. Then you're choosing the moving step 3, and in step 3, reference temperature and temperature range, and then here's your predictions. Strain rate of models of elasticity 50. Proceed, and then it will give you another table, the direction of the test and heat treatment. It's very important, of course. Heat treatment makes a lot of changes in material microstructure and chemical physical properties. And of course, fatigue models additional inputs you can type and prediction results with confidence. As you can see, will give you the model testing performance and error percentage and how many data sets that we are be able to use to make the fully applicable accurate test simulations, because we have 500,000 material, because we have 25 millions of reference data to make accurate calculations. Of course, predictor will give you best possible accurate test simulation results. As you can see, 99.9%. And then you can click and add the graphic comparison. Then you can move to the step 1 and make the changes in chemical composition or the material, and then make another prediction the same way and add graphic comparison, and then you'll be able to see which chemical composition will give you better options. You can see the property and prediction here, applicability, the selected material and conditions, and we have confidence interval at selected level, and relative data sets, size, and performance metrics. And you'll be able to see all details about this test result and elevated temperature range, heat capacity, confidence interval, and applicability. This is also very, very important, that you're making a decision, you're making a test, and you know then if this material will be failed or not, simply. So prediction results for temperature-dependent models. User can also expand the plot to the points outside of testing domain or even scope. Here we go. Applicable, fully applicable, or exploration. Now we're not going there. So this is how new predictor works basically, and you'll be able to test predictor as well. Here where you can type your chemical composition and get the results. Let's move on. Green line, compliance and sustainability, carbon footprint tool, gives you a lot of information. Okay, you as an engineer make the decision, materials durable, accurate material, everything is fine, but what about the regulations? If it's okay to use, if it's compliant, if this material is increasing your carbon footprint seriously, because you're purchasing from all the way from another part of the world. BOM assessment, okay, one material, 2, 3 is fine, but what about hundreds of 10,000s of material, if they're all compliant or not? We have BOM assessment, bill of material, you can import inside a green line, and green line will tell you if these materials are fully compliant or not according to different regulations. You can compare the material compliance status and you'll find the green one, or you can make the changes immediately with the compliant one. These are very, very important details, and it gives you up-to-date information. That's also very important. And here's an example as a boom assessment tool. As you can see, we just bill of material. We have a lot of materials, and you can set a date. Last night when you check, we have full material list. Go to assessment, choose the regulations, and at the same time up to 5 different regulations that you can assess to see if this material is going to European Union or United States of America. According to different regulations, some of these materials are compliant in United European Union, but not compliant in United States according to different regulations. So you know the reason why it's not compliant, and easily you need to find the substitute which is compliant under California Proposition 65. Please substitute the material. See, these are very, very important details that you need to find out, you need to know. Here's the material list builder. We have some material that will give us some life cycle assessment, climate change or energy demands of this material to understand which materials that we're using for protection, increasing our carbon footprint and the first stage. You're getting a calculation. You choose different mediums, indicators, and you're choosing material, and then you'll see some of those materials have less climate change effect or energy demand. Some of those materials is demanding very much energy to increasing your carbon footprint. But you understand in the first stage, and then our footprint module started gives you more detailed assessment because you need the effective replacement to decrease your carbon footprint. You know which material caused that, and you need to find a greener material, right? And up-to-date information for that. And then this is how you can connect design and simulation actually with Total Materia. Simulation softwares are very, very important for production. These are highly advanced tools. Need more detailed information to make the precise calculations so that what simulation software you use doesn't matter, but what material information you type in, it matters. Total Materia connects basically simulations that this estimations, digital estimations to the real world. We have automotive, OEM, tire, automotive producers, machinery producers, general engineering companies, energy and utilities, metal producers, inspection and analysis companies, aerospace and defense companies, and so many different industries are using Total Materia to have precision on their workflow, and it gets cheaper to have accurate information. Development timeline that we have just launched new website of Total Materia, and of course we will have so many things new. It's coming up. Carbon zero, zero carbon target, carbon CO2 module just announced in the online. You can test. Sustainability team can test it. We have more hybrid enterprise solution is on, and right now, very soon, in end of second quarter, we'll be able to see the electrifications of information about the material, batteries, semiconductors, magnetic, electrical export, and platform sharing capabilities, rising with sharing and access to compliance and sustainability report, share materialist rated predictions, and it's all about electrification. And in Q3, application native Azure migration will be completed and platform integration, and continuously we will be able to see so many things new in Total Materia. And so far so good. This is how we actually providing a lot of information in one tool, all in one solution, as I mentioned earlier. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. And I know we already have one question that I would like to check that first. And if you have any question, if you want to know anything more about Total Materia, please do not hesitate to send me. Here is the question from Direct. I would like to ask you if the 4 different materials are welded as one part. All right, it's 4140, 4112 sheet metal, and 4112 and SD52 as a sheet metal. How should we make a heat treatment after welding? For example, stress normalizing, and does one of these treatment affect to other welded parts? You're welcome. Here is how I can answer you. This is our internet site and success story from Sokar, Turkey. And oil and gas companies, Shell is using Texaco, some companies are using Total Materia as well. I would like to share with you some information here. This is our new internet site for Anchor. Now visited yet? You would love to see all this details, beautiful internet site, and a lot of information about materials, a lot of customer stories you'll be able to find. Yeah, as you can see, European Space Agency, huge, Archer, Piaggio, Ring, EMAC, and really, Docker and Yesland, and so many of them, so many more. Here, how we can connect to a material cloud, can create a free trial as well. And let's see. First, material by material. We can move. Here's the 4140, very popular module. So you will be able to know this material or heard that before. You can check mechanical properties and physical or some specific information about this material. Yeah, joints formation, right? And aging, elevation, compliance, direct wires, or any other information from the letter or stressing curve that we have about the data like. And when the material suggests you a lot of different information, we have to filter which one of those are interesting for you. And just click the material. You can see the indicator price. This is explain what indicator price means. And then elevated temperature range or minus temperature. You can see the impact energy values are changing, same as in physical properties. Elevated temperature range is affecting physical properties of the material and chemical properties of the material. But here is the detailed view where you can filter the states of the material, because we have like 68 different Mechanical properties for this material, which heat treat. The heat treated material that we are talking about, we have 35, and when I filter oil quench, we have 1. This is the size material information. What I mean, this is the reference where we get this information, and all references are below standards. And then we can check the joints information. First, you mentioned that this material is actually jointed, welded, which welded welding method has been used. And here is the welded materials options. And here is the properties of the joint. And here's the mechanical properties of the joint. See? So that now you know more about joint. Now you know more about the material. And what about the heat treatment options of this material, right? You need to know CCT graphs. You need to know hard mobility graphs, right? So this is what I'm telling you, more and more and more information about the material. So you need to know a lot of information about material in one go source. Oh, don't worry, here's the references. This is an example to understand this material and the descriptions of this heat treatments according to different standards, how to apply this heat treatment options here, normalizing, doing this temperature range, air quenching, and this temperature range is cool to 500 degrees centigrade or 1000 Fahrenheit or below. This is how we can actually do heat treatment. Now we have stress strain options for this material in 3 different conditions. Here's the command. Anything from tensile testing to engineering stress strain, tensile testing to engineering testing. We will have options strain rate that we can choose for mobility. And fatigue formation strain life from stress type parameters. What heat treated material we're talking about, what form of material and test specimen for direction, loading conditions, and stress ratio. We have 10 different fatigue tests. We have diameters and form of the material and different cycle tests. We like to say the curve, elastic, plastic, and total. And how many cycles involved. And see, these are very important data about these materials. And you can find in one material card a lot of information, right? So these informations will give you the direction, right directions We have topological information, we have fractal mechanics, grid data, corrosion, direct suppliers information, where to purchase this material. Other than that, this is our material. But I would like to find the cross-referencing. By the way, this material, C standards, the last update comes in December 2023, and mechanical properties and physical properties added. Okay, and I would like to know propriety equivalence of this material. Okay, these are the producers, different producers from all around the world. You see, UM8 IMS group is producing something same. Total Material says the standard material. UM8 is basically the same. They say here's the chemical composition comparison, and here's the mechanical composition. As you can see, yield strength is 510, and strength is 725, but tensile strength is almost same. Effective energy and some other mechanical and physical property comparison. You can add it. Yeah, file real quick. But you have accurate estimations on comparisons. This materials. And if you don't have any other, you would like to find the equivalence of GB standards or Indian standards, let's say, or any standards you would like to see. Kingdoms, and any standards that you can type here. See, we have information, all Chinese standards. European Union, Denmark, Germany, Hungary, India, or Italy, Japan, Korea. All the standards are here. You can choose and find the most identical one. See, Indian standards actually official equivalence of 4140. Plus 40 chrome, 1 milligram from meat. Actually, the same chemical composition, very similar chemical properties like. And this is how you can filter one click. You can compare these two materials side by side. And this is how it works. But still, if you want to know more about it, here's the cross-referencing, equivalence finder means, and then chemical composition informations. And still have a question, please do not hesitate to ask us free of charge training or visit training or set a meeting. Hope you like so far how it looks like. And if you have any question, remember, I'm just one click away from you. You can reach me by WhatsApp or LinkedIn, the way you want. Thank you very much for today's webinar. If you have any question, still, you can contact me. I would like to share with you recordings of this webinar, and I will send you an email. If you're a user, you can request free of charge training as much as you need. And please do not hesitate to send us your technical questions. And if you never tried Total Materia, you just create a free trial, you briefly know a little bit about Total Materia, but now you didn't know all this capability of the solutions. Would you like to try or test predictor, greenline, integrator, or some other information about Total Materia Horizon? can always ask for technical support or training or access the Total Materia full version. Hope you like. Bye bye.